We've done Crowness Park, we've done Bartley Bats, we've done Dewsbury Sports Centre, we've done Dewsbury as a whole, and now episode 4 we are speaking to a councillor, the councillor for Netherton and Crossley what?
Crosland Moor, start again.
We've done Crowness Park, we've done Bartley Bats, we've done Dewsbury Sports Centre, we've done Dewsbury as a whole, and now we're going to be speaking to a councillor in Huddersfield for Crosland Moor and Netherton, Imran Safdar, who will talk us through what it is to be a councillor, what's going on in Kirklees Council, and what sort of issues that the councillors face. So without further ado, Assalamu alaikum, how are you doing?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you
Good
too.
to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you
Take a
too.
seat, bro. Take a seat.
Thank you very much. So councillor, tell us, what is it like to be a councillor?
It can be rewarding, but at the moment it's incredibly frustrating. I'll be honest with you. Our ward budgets have been decimated, and once upon a time, every councillor had tens of thousands of pounds per year to spend on local community projects. For example, the Scout group, a local martial arts group, a football club. Now our budgets are around about, on average, around about £3,333 per councillor per ward. So 10k per ward, and every ward has 3 councillors. It's a part-time job, but increasingly it's becoming full-time for me.
What is a councillor for the people
So
watching?
you're a representative, you represent the people and you speak on behalf of local issues. So let's say there's an issue with parking, with local care homes, with roads, with schools, with answerable behaviour. Fly tipping is a big problem right now. So my job is, some days what I'm doing is I'm literally taking pictures of fly tips and sending them in. And my colleagues, great colleagues, Joe Lawson, Alex Vickers, great ladies, hardworking colleagues, they're doing the same. So we're CCing each other in on emails, and every day we're seeing emails from each other reporting fly tipping, reporting road issues, potholes, speaking on behalf of people on ordinary issues. So it's something we're doing every day.
And how does your job differentiate from that of an MP?
So the MP sits in London, in Westminster, in Parliament, and they deal with more national issues. So, for example, let's say I get an issue on immigration, the Home Office, I'd pass that on to our Member of Parliament. But so if it's issue regarding Kirklees Council, local answerable behaviour, local crime, then we sometimes talk to the police as well. So I'm in regular contact with the police, and sometimes we've got to talk to people in power. So right now there's a minority Labour administration, and we don't agree on everything, but there are some hardworking people there, and we do talk to them regularly. We have polite disagreements. I think the key thing is to not disagree in a kind of ungentlemanly fashion. You've got to disagree with respect,
Yeah.
and get the viewpoints of residents like yourselves, to those in power. And sometimes they listen, sometimes sadly they don't.
So linking back to one of the answers you gave, you said being a councillor is a part-time job. So I'm going to ask you, what is your salary?
It's not a salary, it's an allowance, my brother. So it's actually around about, I'm getting between 12 to 1300 pounds a month. Last I
Okay.
checked, I mean. But if you're on special committees,
Doesn't
then
sound
you
like a
get,
lot.
yeah, it's my family saying, look, give it up. But I'm going to keep on going for my community, my communities, children with special needs, residents are going through housing, disability issues, people from mosque churches want me to carry on, and I'm gonna inshallah carry on. But like I said, I've got another role as well. I do some fundraising on a voluntary basis, and I work for mum as well, do some cleaning for mum.
What sort of power do you actually hold?
The power to get your bins collected on time, just about. But we're not in charge. I'm an independent opposition councillor, but we work with the Greens, work with the Lib Dems, work with other independent groups, the Community Alliance. But we are there to lobby the Labour administration to try to get things done, and we try to highlight the issues in various areas. So I'm big on pushing issues regarding anti-Muslim hatred, racism. Fly tipping is a big concern for me. Connecting communities and trying to help the food bank sector, the charity sector. So they're my priorities, as well as being a voice for families with disabled children and vulnerable adults.
So just briefly, what is the makeup of the council? Who runs the council and how does it operate?
So you've got chief executive, you've got service directors, you've got cabinet members. So you've got a combination of people that run the council, but ultimately the leader of the council, which is a Labour councillor right now, they're de facto in charge. But I'm not making excuses, but the financial position is difficult right now. this cost of living crisis has a massive impact, on ordinary services, ordinary goods, fuel. So it's difficult right now. I'm not making excuses. That the cost of living crisis, COVID, foreign wars, and they've had a massive impact on the council. And maybe there's been some wasteful spending as well. That's what my residents are telling me.
Right. I know some of the things you were saying to me just now about how some of the areas that you work in, some of the areas in your ward are similar to those in Dewsbury and Batley. I also know that you grilled me a little bit over the phone about Dewsbury and Batley, and the way I was talking about the contrast in Huddersfield. What do you want to say about that?
Right, okay, so first of all, I love Ravensthorpe, Town, Dewsbury, Batley, and my friends, brothers and sisters, we pop to Batley, Dewsbury for food, and we've got family and friends over there. So the issues I see over there, like I see roads with lots of potholes,
Yes.
and some of the play areas need massive upgrades. We've got similar issues over here. So like Thornton Lodge, we're like your cousins almost in many ways. We're like twinned, so there's lots of similar issues here. The streets are not paved with gold in Huddersfield. The cost of living crisis is hitting councils and families in this area, just like in Dewsbury Batley. Right, but brother, tell you what, let's do something different. Let's walk past my church, my local massages. Let's go to the play area.
Yeah.
That's got similar issues to the ones in
Definitely. So see you guys there. So councillor, I'm just gonna let you get straight into it. So you want to talk about your area?
You mentioned earlier how Ravensthorpe, Batley, Dewsbury, they've got some play areas, some green spaces that need a lot of upgrades. But this is one of the areas where myself and my ward colleagues have probably about 6 times have asked for more work regarding fly tipping, upgrades, and we've asked for an upgrade to the play area for our children. It's a diverse area, new bins. We'll keep asking, we'll keep pushing, but so the frustrations you have over there, we've got similar frustrations over here. But I'm regularly with my colleagues cleaning this area. We had a big family fun day, a massive, almost like a millah here, and it took a lot of work to clean the area. And our council teams came, local volunteers came, and we got it clean. But as you can see, so I think the responsibility lies with the council finding more resources, giving more time to the area. But locals have got to get involved as well. So there needs to be in areas like Batley, Ravensthorpe, places like that, as well as over here, Thornton Lodge, Lockwood, Crosland Moor and Netherton. I think there needs to be more partnership working between residents, resident groups,
and I think following on from that, that's the sort of question people ask. People are like, when these councillors come as candidates to ask for our vote, they make a lot of promises. And every single time these promises are made and there's absolutely no follow through. So what do you want to say to that?
When I got elected, and my hardworking friend Alex Vickers, we didn't make grand promises because we know the financial picture is difficult right now. The council had to make massive financial savings.
So is it a matter of councillors needing to make lesser, grander promises?
Precisely.
Or is it? Is it that more work needs to be done?
See, my motto is that under promise, over deliver. But like I said earlier when we sat down, it's frustrating because I don't have the resources. I know, and many of my council colleagues from different groups, different parties, we know where we need new play areas. We know where we need this. We know where we need sensory areas, more special needs provision. We know where we need to assist food banks. We know where we need new paths and roads and lighting and swings and slides, traffic calming measures. But sometimes funding is difficult. But sometimes my residents feedback that they feel that some of the more affluent areas may get more resources.
And that's why people ask these questions, like these taxes that they pay, this council tax. Where is this going?
I'm asking questions where our funding is going, but where I do sympathise with some of the officers and some of the people in charge of the council is that every council has the kanuni, like as in, like, what I mean by statutory responsibility. So you've got to look after the homeless situation. You've got to provide funding for children's services. So they're the legal responsibility of the council. The children's services spend is massive because as a council, we are what we call corporate parents. So there's hundreds of children sometimes thousands of children in every council area. So whether it's Bradford, whether it's Kirklees, whether it's Caldwell, whether it's Wakefield, that are essentially looked after by the council.
Right.
So, and that bill is growing.
Is that where you feel this money is going?
No, it is the money. Most of the money is going on that. So,
And so what does that mean? Does that mean that there needs to be more council tax put in place? Does that mean that things need to be changed and distributed more evenly? What does that mean?
Ultimately, councils need more funding. Regional authorities need more funding.
Where will they get that funding from?
And this is why I believe in wealth taxes. I think there should be some serious wealth taxes in this country.
Right.
Not for ordinary workers like you and me.
But that doesn't help local issues.
Yeah. So okay.
A wealth tax is more of a national thing. Yeah. We're talking more local.
If you've got a wealth tax, right? If a government is responsible and listening to local councillors and local council leaders,
yeah,
a wealth tax implemented nationally,
yes,
right, on billionaires and large corporations
can help more funding for local bodies.
Yes,
but that there's no money coming for these local bodies anyways, especially the likes of Kirklees Council, and people are complaining that when money does come to Kirklees Council, even the reports are showing that most of this money goes towards Huddersfield and the other towns are being left out.
Yeah, now look, that's a concern. But as you can see around us, not every part of Huddersfield.
And I understand that. It's visible.
Not every part of Huddersfield is, how to put this. The streets are not paved with gold in Huddersfield. We've got similar problems, like we've got in Bradford, like we've got in parts of Leeds, like places like Hare Hills.
So what needs to change? What needs to change?
Ultimately, I think we need more engaged councillors, more local people from the streets standing up, getting involved in local politics. We need a fundamental rewiring of our economy as well. I think the economy's partly broken, and there's large corporations getting away with charging ordinary residents far too much for gas, electric, food, fuel. There's creeping more privatisation going on. Right, okay, so I believe that whether it's utilities, whether it's local services, care services, water, care homes, there shouldn't be a profit element, because that takes money out of the system. Yeah. So let's say you and me are councillors, you and me are running, we've come across X amount of children that need support, maybe need care, maybe taken to a residential care home. There are council homes, but then sometimes you've got to get a private agency involved, a private care home involved, or private children's support service involved. And some of these companies are brilliant, but some of them charge the council too much. They're charging taxpayers, your parents, my parents, where we pay tax ourselves.
Yeah, but how are people going to see these changes? That's the question.
Just long term.
What about short term?
Look, short term is challenging short term. Unless we see massive change in policy.
We don't see this foundational change.
Yeah, and this is why we need to elect people locally and nationally who don't want to further go down the road of privatisation. Okay, when we get private sector involved in social care and healthcare and running our railways and public transport and utilities, gas companies, electric companies, when there's private, look, there's a place for private companies, even maybe in the public sector. However, the main motivation can't be profit.
Okay.
Because when the main motivation is profit,
yeah. I'm just going to let you make this last point.
Go for it.
No, make the point, what you were saying.
So when the motivation is profit, there's an argument that could affect services.
Okay.
So let's say, God forbid, we had a child in the family, you and me, we had a child in the family, our little nephew, our little niece, need that support. You want to be reassured that support, that speech language therapist, that nurse, that carer, the educator, psychologist, whoever it is providing the best level of care possible. And you don't want them for their main motivation to be profit.
I'm just quite skeptical for time. So, final question: all-out elections in 2026. What are they about? Why are they important? What do you want to say about them?
So every council essentially reapply for the job. So it's 3 votes per citizen, and 3 candidates per party, per group, per ward. So get involved with the candidates, get involved with the councillors, ask them the questions. Are they active in your community? Are they on the streets? Are they helping out? Are they listening? Are they trying their best? That's the key questions.
So, Councillor, thank you very, very much for your time. Really appreciate talking to you. Hopefully, we can, speak more often.
Very welcome.
And thank you for sharing your insights.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So that was Pulsivate Local. This was the last episode on the main channel because I'm a one-man team. Well, we're a two-man team. There's me and Saad, who doesn't even do a course in anything relating. So this is my message to everybody. If you're an editor, if you have a media organization, if you have a news organization, if you feel like you can help support in any way, shape or form, if you feel like you can help with some graphics, if you can help with some designing some posters, if you can help with editing, script writing, maybe just research, anything that you feel you can help with, please get in touch. If you know anybody that can help with any of those things, let them get in touch and get them in touch with me. My DMs are always open. But yeah, for the Pulsivate Local series on the main channel, for now, I know it's definitely not going to be a permanent thing, but that's a wrap. It has been fun, but it has been very time consuming because everything had to be done by myself and Saad. So thank you, Saad, very much for your help. And yeah, this has been Pulsivate Local for the last time. Hopefully a temporary thing. My original content should be back very soon. We should be back to the normal videos. I've been Amau Hussain. This has been Pulsivate. Lots of love and peace.